So this past weekend was my world tour, and I had the option to see so many amazing people and hear so many amazing things. And I had the opportunity, hi Jenny, to share in a breakout twice about expanding your network, getting PRV. Thank you, Wendy. So many of you are in your own dang way. And some of you have even said it, who've been to World Tour. And as I'm talking to some of these people who listen to my breakout, they would say things, hey Judy, thanks John. Hi. They would say things like, well, hi. I don't go, or I don't want to go to the nail salon and ask them if I can leave a raffle box because I'm sure there's another consultant who's already done that. Or I have this really high up, like a superstar director in my town, so I'm pretty sure, you know, she's already gone to the local Shriners and shown them the warmer. And I'm pretty sure every church here has a consultant, so I'm pretty sure that consultant has already shared with the administrative office the God is Great warmer. And I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure someone has already done all these things. So let me tell you what happens when we assume. And you already know what happens when you assume, right? When you assume in your business, if we're all assuming, then ain't nobody is going to Shriners. No one is going to the churches. No one is going to the nail salon, right? Nobody is going to these places to offer the product, to offer the opportunity to network and to build your network. Stop assuming. Stop assuming that someone else is already doing it and do it yourself, right? Go to the nail salon, drop off a raffle box, go to the Shriner office, go to these churches, go to the pet groomer with pet supplies. Excuse me. You guys, people aren't doing this. Whenever I did it in my breakout, whenever I said, who's gone to their local pet groomer and said, hey, you know, here's stuff that you guys can use. Would you like to try it? Or can I set up some information? One person, if you watch the video, I said we're going to round it up to 5, right? So one person out of all of those people has gone to a pet groomer. There's a place that you can wait for something on every corner. Restaurants, juice bars, nail bars, eyelash bars, eyebrow bars. Like there's all kinds of places you can put these things at, okay? But when you assume that someone else is already doing it, you are hurting your business. You are hurting your business. So stop assuming that someone else has already done those things and do it. You're not going to know if someone has already gone until you go, okay? The second thing that has happened, and you guys, all of these things that I'm talking about have literally happened in the last 3 days. Like in conversations with people, the art of assuming or the act of assuming has come up in conversation. That's why I'm talking about this, because it's just like, it feels like it's just rampant. So I emailed quite a few of you guys yesterday. If you have over 200 PRV or if you were in the top 10, I sent you an email and I said, you are amazing. You're active. If you knew the percentage of you who are active, it's very small compared to the overall team. So I'm just super proud of you guys. And I asked, what are you doing to get active? I would love for you to share. And if you've seen these posts in the group, right, people are starting to share. But I'm getting emotional thinking about it. Some of you guys have, I don't know, I'm getting so emotional. Some of you guys have emailed me back and you said, well, I just followed up. It's not a big of a deal. Or I just asked my son's teacher. Or I just posted something, right? It's very simple stuff, but you're like, that's all I did. But you guys, there's people who have no clue or who are struggling. They don't even know that follow-up is working for other people. They hear me talk about it and they see me talking about posting, but because I talk about it, if you talk about it, it's coming from somebody else, right? We all know this. I can tell you something until I'm blue in the face, but if Lacey comes on or if Edie comes in here, right, and says the exact same thing I said, but it resonates with you because it's not me, it's someone else. Or maybe they twist it a different way. So you guys, if you do something, but you guys email me back like, I didn't do anything special. You did, because you did something. So don't assume that what you're doing is nothing or not important or not valuable to be shared. Because if you did something that made a sale, I don't want to say I expect you, but I expect you to share in the group. Like, what did you do to get that sale? Did you follow up? Did you message somebody? Did you post a story? You guys, anytime I make a sale, not every time, but you get the drift, right? If I do something different, like if I share a picture of the story that I use, I want you guys to see what I'm doing so you can try it yourself. And so if you do something that's different, share it. Stop assuming that you're bothering people when you're following up. I've heard that twice over the last couple of days. Well, I feel like I'm bothering them, or I don't know, like I feel weird, like messaging people. But you guys, if you come from a place of service, we say this all the time, if you come from a place of service, you're not going to be bothering them. If someone messages you, like just to make sure something made it okay, or do you like something, that's not pushing someone to buy something, that's service. That's all you have to do. Hey, did you see the new catalog? You're not asking them to buy anything. You're wanting to make sure that they saw that there's a new stuff. That's it, right? Nothing crazy. So don't assume that people don't want to hear from you, because a lot of times, and even some of you guys in this group, some of you guys don't know we have a new catalog. Some of you guys don't know what things are. Some of you guys don't know that we have a new wax collection, that we don't have a new unicorn right now. So don't assume that people know that we have things that are going on. So you need to connect with your people. Stop assuming people don't want things for free, okay? Stop assuming that, well, I'm not going to ask them because they consistently buy from me all the time, so they're perfectly fine with buying. Like, they have a lot of money, they don't need free Scentsy, they want to buy it full price. Well, have you asked them? That's one thing. Have you asked them? You're assuming these things, and honestly, they could be using a credit card, and they could be racking up their credit card debt. They might not know that there's an opportunity to get something for free. So don't assume that people don't want it for free. And it's the same thing with joining, you guys. Don't assume someone doesn't want to do this. There are people who are doctors, who are lawyers, who are like high-ranking people who make a lot of money, and they come into this. And someone mentioned this at World Tour. There are like, go around. There are people who are like realtors, and they are Ubering because it puts them in front of more people. It puts them in front of, it gives them an opportunity to network and talk to more people. So there are, you know, doctors, dentists, people who are picking this up so that they can meet more people. There are people who are picking up Scentsy because they need the tax breaks, because some people are in a high tax bracket, and adding a business like this can lower their tax bracket because of the tax breaks that a direct sales business offers. So you never know. People who make a lot of money, like, don't assume that they don't want to do this, because you never know unless you ask. You never know unless you ask. And then the last one that I heard a couple times this weekend is people assuming that I'm busy. I never want to come across that I'm busy, you guys. I quit my job so that I could have more time, and I feel like I have all the time in the world. And so a lot of my day is like, you know, fun stuff like this, and doing what I posted today, like the order forms, because I have a home party this weekend. But you guys, majority of the time, I'm just sitting on the couch with the girls on my phone, following up, like making calls, booking parties, talking to people about joining, right? Finding new places where I can network and meet people. And so one person said, it feels like you're too busy to talk, or too busy to, the reason why I don't like contact you is because I feel like you're too busy. And I never want to come across that way. So don't assume that I'm too busy, please. Do not. So And here's the thing, like when you assume, and this is just my thought, like if one person assumes that I'm too busy to talk to you guys, then that means that all of you assume that I'm too busy to talk to you. So what that means is that nobody reaches out. Nobody. And so this person who I was chatting with, I'm like, I've been loving like this last like 3 weeks we've been chatting. You've been messaging me a question every single day. And I love that. I love that you're messaging me. She's like, well, I just feel like I'm bothering you. Nope. That to me shows me that you're working. If you're asking me questions, that's confirmation for me that you're working, right? Aside from your PRV that I can see. But a small percentage of people choose to like, and I message quite a few of you, right? But like a small percentage of you continue to work with me every single week. Calls or follow-up text or accountability. It's a very small amount. So if you need my help, I'm here. And if I'm not your sponsor is probably there too. So I never want you guys to feel like I am out of reach or out of touch. I mean, I might be out of touch, but I mean like, I'm always available, you guys. And I know that people say, no, like you need to set business hours. And I get it. Like if you message me like at 9 p.m. I'm laying in bed, I'm probably not going to respond back, but I'll respond the next day. So, and the same thing, like if Yoshi's closing, I'll go all the way until he's home. But if he gets off at 5 and he's home, then I probably might not answer. It really just depends, right? And I love my calls with you, Sharon. And so many of you, like I've talked to so many of you, but like a very small percentage of you, like, yes, I want to call next week. Yes. I want to chat with you next week. Yes. Check in on me next week. Yes. So don't assume. Don't assume. So I want you to think if you removed all of those assumptions, if you didn't assume that another consultant is already doing these things in your area and you did them, how amazing would your business would be? If you didn't assume that people didn't want to hear from you and you followed up, how much more your sales would be? If you didn't assume that people didn't want to book parties or join your team and you just asked them, how many parties would you book? How many more people would that put you in front of? And you guys, something else. So the home party that I have on Friday, she's a repeat host. So she's had four home parties. She has one like every season. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like it's gonna be the same people. You guys, like she has 7 people that I've never met before coming. So that's 7 brand new people that I get to have a conversation with. I am pumped. I am so pumped. But like having those joint conversations, you never know. You never know until you ask. And the same thing with, well, like I'm afraid. Like I'm just scared to hear no. Like I'm afraid of the rejection. You guys, they're not rejecting you. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting what you're offering. Same thing as a piece of gum. Same thing as the waitress with the coffee carafe going around. It's the same concept. The person at the ballpark offering the gum, the waitress, they don't get upset when you tell them no. They're like, fine, I'm going to turn to the person next to me or I'm going to go to this next table. Someone eventually is going to say yes. I just need to ask enough people. So it's not you. It's just, they're just saying no to what you're offering. So as soon as you can get out of your own way and out of your head and accept that and just go for it, your business will be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you guys know that's my favorite word. And then like thank you, Sharon. But yeah, like and not saying that a lot of you guys think that I'm busy or, right? Some of you guys just might not want to chat. But I mean, like if you decided, you know what? I'm going to ask Kimberly to have a chat. I'm going to ask Kimberly if we can, again, honestly, you guys, you can ask the people who I've chatted with, that I chat with every week. It's only like 15 minutes. Like we don't chat for a long time. And I only check in on very specific things. So I'm very like matter of fact. So almost all of the people that I've chatted with, when we talk about something, I never thought about it that way. I haven't tried it like that before. So everybody at some point has had an aha moment, which is nice. I'm not like, not patting myself on the back, but you get the point, right? Talking to someone, it's one thing for me to do this, talk to the masses, but it's another thing for me to understand your specific business and help dig down into your business and see if I can find a way to help you work your business better, faster, easier, in less time. Like, that's one of my things. Like, I don't have time to be doing this business all day long because I got kids. I know a lot of you don't have time to work this business because you have other commitments. You have a job, you have a family, you have other activities that your kids are doing. So if there's a way that I can help you maximize the time that you do have, I'm all for it. So that is it. Please stop assuming. Stop assuming. If you stop, just look, I have a Post-it note right here. I know it's backwards. It says, I can, end of story. I know it looks horrible because it's in cursive, but it says, I can, end of story. That's one Post-it I have. And this one says, I am ready to make bold moves. So if you guys could just take those two affirmations, I can, end of story. I can follow up. I can talk to people. I can ask people to join my team. I can ask people to book parties. I can and want to have a conversation with Kimberly. And I am ready to make bold moves. I'm going to do those things that are hard because I can do hard things. So, all right. I love y'all. If you have any questions, just drop it down below. If you love to chat, shoot me a message. Super easy. And I will see you guys next week. I'm already getting messages. Bye, y'all.